Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is. It's your boy Pharaoh the God, always on the motherfucking job. I got 5. Let's talk. Real talk. Up late tonight. You feel me? I just had this on my mind. You feel me? So I said, why not talk about it? Because to me, it's a lot that's going on right now, right? And it's like, I start to think like, like why motherfuckers like, like everybody else. What Kendrick done? You know what I'm saying? Why Kendrick going after Drake? Why, I had the same questions at first, but then I just started to dig deep into my mind, and I just started thinking about before I even started going to look for shit. And I was like, okay, they was cool, periodically, but it seemed like Drake would always follow up his, congratulations, Kendrick, with some type of all of a sudden now, it takes him this many years to drop, or, it takes him to do this or to do that, and I just started to look at it like, man, something is deeper than that. And before I get into that, it's that time again to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell another motherfucking friend. Share, like, and subscribe to this shit. Don't miss out on this shit.
That's facts. I immediately cut ties on. Kevin 100 times 7. All the time with a blowing fire out loud. I'm the sunroof ride with him. At 7 a.m. I'm on 100 blocks. Damn near 40. Still run a nigga down and put the mop on. Always put myself in position of where the money at. Type of niggas slide back. Never ask for a bag.
Well, I had you truth, still at the village bed. All right. Niggas start passing. I know them I ain't looking at. Same team nigga from winning. You supposed to be happy. Man. But as I started to dig, and it just ain't no hatred, because low key, like I'm like a lot of people, I ain't gonna say I'm really a Drake fan, right? I ain't gonna go that far. I ain't gonna be like, yo, I'm a Drake fan, nah, but I did fuck with his music. Though. Like, but I don't like the type of niggas like Drake. And that's what a lot of people fail to realize. It has nothing to really do with the music until Drake really wanted to make it music. Because, although it may be a fucked up beef, you have to really dive into it. Hey, yeah, I see you, man. Leave a comment, man. Join, say something, man. But it was, Drake would always extend his olive branch, but then he would follow it up and with some negative shit. So then I was like, all right, how niggas and how something that on my own that just made me really not fuck with Drake is when you around real niggas and you claim to move like you a real nigga and you start doing snake shit, niggas could either not fuck with you, distance themselves, act like they don't see it. But niggas is gonna get fed up with that. I think that Kendrick, already sort of faking this with Drake from the get-go. Like it was now. Also, I think what people fail to realize is like, and people, I'm not really going out on a tree branch. Like what people don't really see to me is why Kendrick really don't like Drake is because of the whole Jewish thing. You feel me? Kendrick is a Hebrew Israelite. He's a Jew. And Drake runs off of the fact that he's a Jew. And when those two come in contact, it's friction. Not from Drake, not from Kendrick, not none of that. It's just that the Hebrew Israelites feel that Drake and those like Drake off the bat, but he kept it cool because it was rap. He didn't want to mess up his deal. He didn't want to, step on this dude's toes, so to speak, because of the fact that, the nigga was booming. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let me know how you feel, because me personally, this is how I feel, and this is just how I call it. A lot of people are leaving out that fact that Kendrick Lamar, as people love to say, claims to be a Jew. He says he's of the Hebrewites, I forgot what they say, but he says that he's, under the real, true, traditional Jewish. And that goes back to the Igbos, Nigeria, to how Benjamin Netanyahu allows the Igbo tribe to come to Israel, and at the same time, he like what's the word that he does? He stops them from producing children. He stops them. Like that's one of the things that in order to, if you're a Black Jew leaving Nigeria and you're of the original Jews and you go into the land of Israel, you have to be, it's not castrated. It's I can't get the word out right now. But it's like being euthanized. I mean, not euthanized. What nigga, they sterilize you. They sterilize you. That's what it is. That's the word I'm looking for. Alhamdulillah. They sterilize you. And then on the top of Kendrick being a Hebrew Israelite, he already coming from a platform of disliking for this dude because, he's saying he a Jew and he running off the fact that he's Jewish. Like I say, it's deeper than rap because Kendrick feels like they ain't the real Jews. And it's a lot of people like myself that feel like that. People may not want to really accept that fact, but shit, it is what it is. I mean, the dude, I think that's where it started with Kendrick, though. I think it started with Kendrick right there. And I think a lot of people, like in the rap game, he done stepped on, but one thing that Kendrick don't do that Drake do, and a lot of people gonna be like, yeah, he get love. Drake hops on people's tracks of tracks that's anti-Black community, that's anti-Black love. He not hanging out with I feel like it goes back to the Jewish thing that, Kendrick is putting this persona of religious out. And he's saying that Drake nigga is basically a devil in disguise. He a distraction to the community. You saying you saying you want to be black, but in your world, you not black. Because in your world, you Jewish because your mother is Jewish. Black, my boy, your daddy black. Even if you, and I think that, I'm not gonna say Drake hate blacks, but I think that Drake being raised with his mother, led his loyalty to that side. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he was raised into that. So coming into the rap game, a lot of you niggas will probably do the same thing. You know, lean on the Jewish shit in hopes that, you know, you and that nigga, he did his thing. You know, that nigga really, like, he get into other shit. He don't get into, you know, shootouts. I mean, boy, his name has been involved in shit, but he's able just to still flow through society. You know, Kendrick, people like, oh, Kendrick coming out with this weird shit. You know, even though I be saying, you know, I done said some shit about Kendrick. You know, I say something about everybody being on the cross. So, I mean, I get it, but I get it. Oh, well, you know, you only drop once every couple of years. You looking for clout, you looking for this. I don't have to do that. If I'm not that good and I ain't shit, why Drake shooting me out? That's the nigga y'all look up to. This nigga praising me. I ain't shit. How am I even in the big three conversation if I ain't shit? And that's all you Drake fans. Like, oh, you know, Kendrick only do this. Why is Kendrick even in the big three conversation if that nigga, every time he drop, that nigga shit go bananas? Even if what Cole said, right? His second shit got gassed up, right? Okay. Let's just say that his second shit did get gassed, right? But that still was beating out nigga 90% of hip hop. So Kendrick Lamar's fall off is still number one. But see, what set Drake and Kendrick apart is what, I gotta put this out. What set them apart is the entertainment part, right? That would be pop. That would be, you know, commercials, like all getting, we may do a little singing, little, you know, whatever, but crossing over, that's what rappers don't do. So in order to be international, in order to do international shit, you have to tap in with being an entertainer. A rapper at the moment of rapping, he's like being a poet, right? But all you want to do is be a poet. You don't want to paint pictures, but you had a talent to. You don't want to write books, but you had a talent to. You have the ear. You have all this. Once you start using what's at your disposal in that field of entertainment, you become an entertainer. If you can't bust through the ceiling, then, you know, you have that level of, you know, almost there, but you still have that level of rappers. Now, in the level of rappers, it's a lot that come with it. And a lot that come with it is like writing your own music, um, uh, riding the beat, telling a story, persona, whether good or bad. Um, so when you have all these things and you mash them up, people that get to this entertainment level are special. They get there, they know how to do everything. You know what I'm saying? You can write the script, I'm gonna do that. See, we don't blame actors for not writing the movie, but yet we glorify them for acting in the movie. That's entertainment. You're entertained because you know they didn't write the movie, they didn't write the script, they're acting it out. So that's what entertainers do. Entertainers get to a level to where they either stop writing their own shit or they write their own shit. You know, they can move a crowd. All the same things that rappers can do, but international. Now, by me saying you're special because you're an entertainer, you're extraordinary when you write your own music. The vast majority of your music is well liked internationally. Your fans know that even if you trip, whatever falls out your pocket still gonna be great. That's extraordinary. You know, like that's on some like Pablo Picasso, Victor Van Gogh. Like, you know, they could their least notified work could still be so. You know, yeah, J. Cole might have been like him. And it's just like, what? And I think it was all fun and games because J. Cole was involved. It was, you know, kind of like, nigga, I murder this nigga. You feel me? I murder a light-skinned boy. You feel me? And but when J. Cole said something, it became like, wait, what? It was fun and games. Like, I feel like, you know, it was a little animosity in the beginning, like still there. Like, I don't think that they really wanted no smoke. But Drake is such a diva. Drake is gonna go ahead and do what he do. And that's when it became like he gonna kill him. Cause now Kendrick got something to prove because it's like, you know I got ghostwriters. And the world ain't giving that. They ain't giving that up. They don't care. They don't give a shit. They understand rap, all that, but what is setting Kendrick apart is because it's anthems. It's moving the crowd. It ain't no like, oh, he hit in here. It's like niggas is really playing this in a like that back to back. He doing him like he did Meek Mill. And Kendrick gotta come harder because in his eyes, what I believe is Jewish. It's a Jewish battle. The real Jews against the fake Jews. And me, that ain't the reason why I saw Kendrick winning. But now, like today, I was just sitting back like, I was just sitting back and I was just like, damn, like, why, why did he? And then I was like, okay, you know, because my nephew put me up on the YouTube shit about, you know, going back so far, even to own Black Panther, Kendrick Lamar diss Drake. So I'm like, okay, that's what made me start looking. I start paying attention. And then I think I was arguing with somebody. And yeah, I was arguing with this female. And she was like, well, don't nobody care about that. And, da, 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 da. And that's another reason why Kendrick Lamar is extraordinary, because he's writing his own shit without no help, and it's still becoming, man, detrimental to Drake's career. And then he fucked Drake's mind up. He fucked Drake's mind up so bad that he made him look like what he wanted him to look like. This nigga went and got Sexy Red, stanky ass, and hopped on the same song BBL Drizzy. I'm talking about, nigga, you told this nigga to shut up and go make some fucking beats. Nigga, that nigga did that. And then the song he did it from, the history on that song is just wild. It's just wild because it's like, this nigga picked a comedian. Like, see, to me, Drake is like Weird Al Yankovic, Milli Vanilli. See, the thing about Milli Vanilli, though, is they knew they wasn't singing this shit. They knew that they needed somebody with that curb appeal. And Milli Vanilli was like, shit, nigga, I'll do it. So what you think this nigga Drake is? You know? Me personally, I believe that Drake and nigga Nicki Minaj is a plan. I believe that they went and they picked like, come on, bro. You know how many nice niggas is out there spitting that's like weird? That's that Jewish shit. You feel? Nigga, you see these niggas, Nicki Minaj was down south. Couldn't nobody do nothing with her, right? But then she lands at Young Money and she becomes this big star. If ours was that good, and nigga, like, well, maybe at that time, like, nigga, what, but to me, it was just like, you feel we gonna push this agenda. We're gonna have a plethora of motherfucking ghostwriters for this nigga. Only the best. And that's another reason why niggas didn't like Drake and hip hop, because the nigga didn't write his own shit. So how dare Drake even being mentioned in the top 3? Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, nigga Jay shouldn't even be mentioned in the top 3. So how dare y'all niggas even? I don't even believe Eminem in the top 3. Eminem know he's not even in the top 3. You feel me? But you know, but see, when it comes to like old hip hop, it's hard to like really, it's hard to like exclude it. I know the lyrics wasn't fancy, but you know, it's like you gotta think about it. The time like Slick Rick was coming out, Cool G Rap, even LL, right? These dudes had to elevate with the times. They didn't have no board of directors and all that. So this was all pure talent. And that's what rap was built on, not hip hop. Rap. That's what it was built on. So when you have these dudes and people be trying to, talk bad, like, oh, Slick Rick and them wasn't cool. These dudes had pure talent, writing their own music. You feel me? Hopping on the beats. So that's why, but to me, I'm not the person to say this is the top 3 in hip hop or all that, because no matter what people say, they're never just gonna go for what rap is about. It's gonna be whether you like them or not. Like, it's always gonna be like some type of, you feel me, favoritism. Like me, I just feel like it's all lyrical content. And when it comes down to lyrical content, yeah, niggas may be nice, but some niggas can't move the crowd like that. Some niggas, when I say move the crowd, like, they not performers. You feel what I'm saying? Because nigga like Rakim, that nigga got joints, but he can't, all that shit that niggas be doing now. But I think that's where Kendrick Lamar really, really wins. And I feel like, like, on some shit though, like, the nigga is not no Jew. And when I say not no Jew, I'm talking about Drake. Drake is not a Jew. So I understand, and people, like, I think people really forget that, This nigga not no Jew. Kendrick say he a Jew. So that's why the niggas ain't never liked each other. My nephew a Drake fan. My nephew a Drake fan. And that nigga told me that, and I told that nigga, he was like, nigga, so what? And see, that's music. That's music. But it ain't rapping. It's that time again. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell another motherfucking friend. Share, like, and subscribe to this shit. Don't miss out on this shit. And I think Kendrick is like the savior of hip hop because, at once upon a time, like, we wasn't even into all that bullshit. Like, niggas wasn't even trying to, like, niggas was Positive K, Grand Pooba, Brand Nubian, X Clan, you know what I'm saying? Poor Righteous Teachers, Jurassic 5. K, Special Ed, Poor Righteous Teachers, shit like that. Versus the new music, yeah, I'll take you feel me? I'll take the old music, you feel me? Cause it's just like, it's more calmer, It's just like, it's hip hop ain't to make you want to kill nobody, bro. I get telling your story, but how long you gonna keep telling that story though? If that's the only story you got in your arsenal, you're no fucking rapper, bro. You're an entertainer, nigga. You need to go entertain somebody. You ain't no motherfucking rapper. You a fucking entertainer, nigga. Like you a poet. You ain't no rapper, you a poet, bro. You told your story on wax. Okay, cool, good. Rapping is like writing a book, man. It's like poetry, consistent. You know what I'm saying? Able to write different poems and shit. Motherfucker can't write a different poem. Like, it's like, I'm not finna keep reading that motherfucking book. That shit bullshit, nigga. I'm finna read that shit.